Hey guys, how's it going? This is Daniel here. Today I want to talk about a fundamental problem that we have that we've had since Pellegrini took over, really. And let me be clear, this is not the only one. We have plenty of problems, but this one, I think it's a major one, and it's often overlooked by West Ham fans. And I truly believe that there is no way around it. If we don't sign any players, I don't see our performances getting better. And I'm not trying to make any predictions here whether we're going to be relegated or not, I don't know, but I'll say this: I see no future improvements for us, and the main problem I want to talk about here today is Pellegrini signed way too many playmakers and not enough goal scorers, okay? And not just signed, like he would select in his starting 11 way too many playmakers, and we had no firepower. We never had under Pellegrini, and we still don't, because Moyes is playing with Pellegrini's players, right? So it's not his fault, but it is his fault that his selections are bad and his formation, the formation he's choosing, like this 3 in the back thing, it's terrible in my opinion. And but anyways, let's get back to Pellegrini a little bit, okay? Because in order to understand the problem, we need to talk about past stuff. So Pellegrini would play in a 4-2-3-1 system, which is fine, no issues there. However, if we play in a 4-2-3-1, the lone striker can't be the only one responsible for scoring goals, okay? We need goals from other positions, usually the wingers that play behind the striker, right? And we never had those. Our wingers could never score goals, okay? Because they are all playmaking, not all of them, but most of them are playmaking wingers, not scoring, goal scoring wingers, okay? Felipe Anderson, playmaker. Fornals, playmaker. Lanzini, playmaker. Snodgrass, not even a playmaker really, but he's not a goal scorer. And the two exceptions are Mikhail Antonio and Yarmolenko. But those guys are always injured, and I think they're exceptions because I'm not talking about here how prolific they are at scoring. No. I'm just talking about what they like to do on the field, like their characteristics. Excuse me. So these two guys, they're the only ones who try to make something, like they go after it, they get inside the box and they try to make room to shoot, and that's why they scored more goals than the other ones. Because think about it, under Pellegrini, how many times have we seen, the players passing the ball around, for a very, very long time, and nothing happens. Nothing ever happens, That's because we have way too many passers, way too many playmakers, and not enough goal scorers, the way I see it. Like I said before, this is not the only issue. We have plenty. But this one is often overlooked by West Ham fans. I don't see anybody talking about it, and it's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but our lack of firepower, is, I think that's the cause. That's one of the biggest causes, at least, okay? Now, under Moyes, it's probably getting worse, because unfortunately he has to play Pellegrini's players, but he wants to play his cute little scheme, like the 3 in the back scheme, and that doesn't work really with these players. It's, when we play 3 in the back, you're taking off one offensive player and putting an extra defender in, and offensively you have one less player. However, you have 2 wing backs now that can go forward and contribute, offensively. So, but in order for the system to work, it's required to have 2 very good wing backs, and preferably, attacking wing backs, which we don't. See how crazy this is? The wing backs are weakest position probably. Zabaleta and Masuaku, they started against Leicester. This is horrible. This is crazy. This is nonsense. That's never going to work. I'm not against the 3 in the back system in principle. I'm not against it, but for us, it doesn't make any sense. And you guys might say, oh, we can play 4-4-2, and still if you want to play a standard 4-4-2, there's Masuaku as a left winger, which is terrible, right? And there is no room for Fornals, and both Fornals and Lanzini, I believe they're only suited to play the central attacking midfielder position, like they did under Pellegrini. Well, Pellegrini would select Fornals as a winger, which is insane, but you know what I mean, like that, the guy that plays behind the lone striker, okay? Because they are not physical enough to play as a winger, and they can't play as central midfielders because they don't know how to, do defensive stuff. So I don't see a way out. I don't see it. The 3 in the back is horrible. Standard 4-4-2, it's not great. The 4-2-3-1, like I said before, it should be good for us if we had goal-scoring wingers, but we don't. So I don't see a way out with this group of players. I think the best one is the 4-2-3-1, the best of the 3, but still it's not good. It's not good. So the point I'm trying to make here is we need better players. So the point I'm trying to make here is we cannot rely on Felipe Anderson to score goals. We cannot rely on Fornals, Lanzini, Snodgrass, neither of those guys. And the only way I'm talking offensively here. Obviously, we need another central midfielder. We need other, wing backs. We need another defender, a center back. Because what if Diop gets injured and who knows, Balbuena gets a red card? Who are we playing? It's terrible. But I'm focusing here on scoring goals, and I'm talking like offensively. The only way we can score goals again is if we have other players, really. That's the way I see it. And we need a player who is a combination of, I think we need 2 players, really. Two. But we need players that are a combination of Yarmolenko's technical skills and Felipe Anderson's pace, which are, these players, they are rare and expensive. So it's tough, right? Especially if the team doesn't have a scouting department. It's tough. I'm not seeing a way out of this. Who could we sign? Like, this is a mess. We are sitting at 17th. Our manager is underwhelming, to say the least. So who wants to come play for West Ham? I made a scouting video earlier in the week. I was talking about Everton. So it turns out he's probably signing for Everton FC. Charlison is his buddy. He's trying to convince him, like they are both part of the Brazilian national team, so they know each other. And Everton FC is in a much better place than we are right now, so he's going to Everton FC. If he's going somewhere, it's not West Ham. Okay, that's a tough one, right? So in Brazil, I can only think of 2 players now. I can think of Bruno Henrique and Dudu. Bruno Henrique I talked about in the other video, and Dudu plays for Palmeiras. But Dudu is not a very good player, really. He's not exceptional. I think he's better than Felipe Anderson, but or any of our wingers, but he's not that great. But I'm not sure if those guys want to come to West Ham, because both of those guys, Bruno Henrique and Dudu, they want to get caught up to the Brazilian national team, and maybe they get more visibility playing for Flamengo and Palmeiras than West Ham, because West Ham is struggling right now. And I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to do anymore, really. But anyways, that's what I wanted to say. Long story short, we don't have enough goal scorers. Regardless of the formation, we can play 10 different formations. We still don't have the players to score goals. I'm not saying formations are, meaningless, because I think there are some that fit us better than others. I think we should revert back to a 4-2-3-1, because under David Moyes, you can see that players are trying harder. Maybe if we play a more adequate formation and we try harder, maybe we can do something. Like, it's not, like I said before, this is not ideal, because even if we play in a 4-2-3-1, we're gonna still have playmaking wingers and we're gonna lack firepower. But it can't get much worse than the selection, you know, against Leicester, right? So I don't know, guys. Like, just wanted to voice my opinions out, and we need new players.